So in this video, we're going to talk about what are the ways of looking at life that helps you actually figure out, are you in the path of getting healthier, or are you on the path of actually destroying your health or getting injured? So if you look at life, there's sort of a simple way to categorize the amount of time that you're spending, right? And so if you look at, there's 24 hours in a day, and if you're sleeping, let's say 8 hours a day, arbitrarily, and so that leaves 16 hours of, sort of lifetime. And if you divide that by even minutes, we have, approximately 960 minutes during that 16-hour time frame. And so here's what you do. You kind of categorize, right? Draw a line, right? You can get a piece of paper, draw a line. And on one side, you would write things that you're doing to get things done, or action things that you're doing. So that's one column, things that you're executing to get things done or for a certain effect. And on the other half is things that you're doing because you want to, because you like to and love to do it. Okay? And so for example, there's some very obvious things that go into certain categories, and there are some things that are not so obvious. For example, grocery shopping, right? Grocery shopping is something that you have to do because you got to eat. So that goes on the action to do side. However, something like, let's say, going to the gym, right? Which side does that go to? Is that something that you want to and that you love to do? Or is going to the gym simply a tool that you use for some type of intended purpose? That may be losing weight, it might be toning your muscles. In fact, if that's the intention of going to the gym, it actually belongs on this side, right? So just getting stuff done. Right? It's not something that you're like, this is my passion, I'm going to go to the gym, right? And so it all depends on your intention and your mindset. Because to some people, if you're watching this, if going to the gym is your passion, like you love it, you do it for the sake of it, you do it even if there's no effect of going to the gym, then it goes on the self-care, self-love side. But if you're doing it as a tool to accomplish something, it actually goes on the other side. And so here's what you do. You just kind of make a list, of all the things that you do during the day, during the week, during the month, and see what percentage of things are on this side, sort of the action, getting stuff done side, versus what percentage of things are actually on the self-care, self-love, I do it because I love to do it side. And what you'll find is that if these two columns, if it's like 95% on this side and 5% on this side, that way of living is just unsustainable. What do I mean by that? I mean, if you're consistently doing 95% of your efforts just trying to get stuff done, and 5% or less, right, of just doing stuff that you want to do that's nurturing for your health, your body, your soul, your spirit, that is sustainable for possibly a few months, even a few years. But after decades of that, you literally just run yourself down into the ground, right? And so now's a great time to kind of do that exercise, and you can even reflect back how long, whatever your ratio is it 90-10, is it 95-5, is it 80-20, whatever that is, you can look at, well, how long have I lived in this ratio? And so whatever that ratio is, you can sort of take action to try to balance it out. Now, granted, you could live a life where it's the other way. You're literally doing 90% self-care, self-love, things that you love, and 10% stuff that you have to do. I know people that live that life, but try to at least 50-50, right? So we'll say, very left-brain structured, 50% self-love, stuff that you love to do, and 50% sort of stuff that you have to do. Right, and so one of the things that you can do to achieve this is think about what can you do that you actually love, that some people can look at that's an action item, right? And so we can talk about that in future videos, like how do you achieve this 50-50, or even better, 90% on this side and only 10% on this side. But a great starting exercise is simply to have clarity on where you are currently, and in the future we can talk about through videos, how do you skew that to be more balanced? So you avoid a life of getting more sick, autoimmune diseases, injuries to your body, aches and pains, by establishing balance in these two columns.